Surprise. But thank you guys both, and for all military for what you have done for our country.
It is an honor and a privilege.
Thank you. Anna's been placed with Rover the Fourth, a long-eared, ready-to-work Labrador Golden Retriever who has eyes that seem to stare right into your soul. Rover was the fifth puppy raised by volunteer puppy raisers Aaron and Joe Heath of Orlando, Florida, and unfortunately they cannot be here with us today. So presenting Rover on their behalf is the Southeast Regional Board President, Paul Richards.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Bye. All right, Chris, can you join me up front? Chris is from the Villages, Florida, and she has had hearing loss all of her life. What is more amazing to me about Chris is that she is an accomplished musician, having been a music teacher and musician in 5 different bands and orchestras over the last 40 years. Now, naturally, teachers can be the hardest on themselves, and Chris was no exception. But team training instructor, Chris is the type of student I love to watch grow throughout class. With hard work, great questions, and some patience with herself, Chris and her dog have come together as a beautiful team. Chris has even taken to calling herself C3 and her dog Carol Ann C4. Chris has a gentle soul, and her new canine companion is much like her. Chris has been placed with Carol Ann, a petite Labrador Golden Retriever cross. Of her new dog, Chris is looking forward to the confidence that her dog will bring her when she alerts her to sounds. Carol Ann may be on the smaller side, but don't let that fool you. She has a very strong alert, an enthusiastic alert, and doesn't miss the opportunity to do her job. Carol Ann was the 22nd puppy raised by volunteer puppy raiser Betsy Jones of Delaware, Ohio, and she is here to present her today. Next we have Jeannie. And she is from New Jersey. Yes, you are. In contrast with Chris, Jeannie did not start to lose her hearing until later in her life, and it's been a scary process for her. In Jeannie's own words, "When I am not wearing my processors in public, it can be a nightmare because I was not born deaf, and I am used to being in the hearing world. It can cause so much anxiety, even panic attacks." This past week, when we went to the mall for the first time, and as we were debriefing the trip, Jeannie was so amazed at how much her dog brought her reassurance and confidence just by being by her side and in just a short time of being together. In addition to feeling this sense of relief in public, Jeannie knows that Desi is going to bring her a peace of mind at night when she's sleeping and one of her children cries out for her, or an emergency sound occurs, or when she drops something. Jeannie has been placed with Desi III, a calm and thoughtful Labrador Golden Retriever cross. Since the first day they were matched, Desi is always watching Jeannie almost as if she's saying, "I see you, and I'm listening for you, Jeannie." Desi was the first puppy raised by volunteer puppy raiser Jen Sivak and her family of Jackson, Mississippi. And a fun fact here, Jen is actually a 2-time facility dog graduate herself, and they are here to present Desi today. I know. Oh boy. Don't look at me. You'll see why in a second. So this is Caitlin, and she's from Texas, and she is here to receive her second dog. She's a successor. Caitlin and I go way back, and so this is why. I trained her and her first dog in May of 2018, and we've been friends ever since. Don't look at me. Like I said in my opening remarks, this organization is about people, and it brings us all together. When Caitlin realized that her first dog had some health challenges and needed to retire early, we talked about it, and I encouraged her to reapply, even though it was a tough decision. Since being placed with her first dog, Renly, Caitlin has grown so much. She's gotten married. She's graduated nursing school. She's gone back to nursing school and even had a beautiful baby. Throughout all of this, Caitlin realized what a difference having a big bobble-headed lab next to her had made what a difference had made. When I extended the formal invitation to her to come to this class, Caitlin wrote that it had been exactly 6 years earlier to that very same date that I had invited her to get her first dog. I love coincidences like this. Now, Caitlin asked for a dog that was good with children and one that is a bit more energetic than her last dog, since her life is now more active and on the go. She definitely found that in her new partner, Nestor III. He is a goofy Labrador Golden Retriever cross who loves to play just as much as he loves to work. And he's got a tooth that always kind of snaggles up on his lip. Yeah, and he never fails to provide comic relief. But with her new dog by her side, Caitlin says that he will reopen those doors that were shut when Renly had to retire. Nestor was raised by volunteer puppy raisers PJ Jones and Beth Polero. Nestor was PJ's 5th puppy that she raised, and she lives in Warwick, Rhode Island. And he was Beth and her family's first puppy, and they live in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. And Beth and her family are here to present Nestor today. Oh, hi. Not me. It is my honor today to present to you all the May 2024 Hearing Dog Team Training Graduating Class. And now Caitlin is going to present a brief perspective on team training from the student's point of view. Do you want to keep him or do you want me to hold him? Okay.
Oh, okay. I was doing great until Mary had to do that, so. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlin, and I've been partnered with Hearing Dog Nestor. 6 years ago, as Mary spoke about, I found myself here in Florida, sitting in those exact seats that you're sitting in, to receive my first hearing dog, Renly. I remember anxiously sitting there, waiting, as I didn't know what quite waited for us on the outside of Canine Companions. But I found, okay, I thought I was going to do good. Thank you. What I found was independence. Okay. And this is something that I cannot wait to gain again. after having another Canine Companions hearing dog at my side. Okay, that's as sad as I get, so we're doing good. Okay, my hearing loss started when I was young and only grew more complicated after I had several head injuries. I found that in my college years, I started more heavily relying on those that were around me rather than going out by myself. And to make me feel more comfortable and confident when I was out by myself, I was realizing that I was just heavily relying on those around me rather than being who I was, which is a very strong and independent person. This is where a hearing dog and eventually Canine Companions came in. I realized that everywhere in life, there were options to have something that flashed or vibrated to notify me of things that were going on around me. But a flashing light cannot notify me of everything, such as things that are organically happening around me in a grocery store, a crowded mall, or in my workplace. Living with hearing loss comes with its own set of challenges. There are sounds that I miss, important cues and alerts that most people take for granted. A doorbell ringing, a fire alarm blaring, or even someone calling my name from another room. These sounds, or rather the absence of them, can make it very isolating and sometimes a bit dangerous. Having a hearing dog gives me the confidence to go to the grocery store with my daughter alone, or to get necessary or unnecessary shopping done all by myself, and even things as simple as walking through a parking lot. It also makes me hold my head up high and know that I have a partner there with me that gives me the ability to accomplish anything that comes my way. During class, all of my classmates have shared the same sentiment. Having a hearing dog brings independence we have not all experienced prior to having them by our side. This week, I took some time to sit down and speak with each of my classmates to get more insight on their experience prior to and during team training. Anne with Rover shares that her journey with Canine Companions started when she heard about it from a friend that has a hearing dog and learning all of the things that her dog has helped her with, and realizing that she really needed help in those same areas. Anne's favorite part of team training was the outpouring support she got from not only her classmates, but also the Canine Companions staff. Chris with Carol Ann, her journey started in Canine Companions all the way back in 2002 when she searched hearing dog service dogs in a search bar and found Canine Companions. She remembered the little Snoopy logo on the website, and that's what again brought her back to it in 2021 when the time was right for her to first apply for her hearing dog. Chris's favorite thing about Carol Ann is that she's very accepting of her. Chris said it's almost like Carol Ann knows that she's still learning the ins and outs of having a service dog, and she just looks up with her eyes and her behaviors and said, "It's okay, I've got this." Jeannie had someone mention Canine Companions back in 2016, and she took the leap and applied. Jeannie is most looking forward to Desi alerting her to drop items, and most love that she makes her take a second in life and says, slow down and pause and enjoy the life that's around you. And for me, as I spoke about, my journey started back in 2016 with my application for my first hearing dog. I was placed with him in 2018, and he retired in December of this past year. And here I am today to officially receive my successor. My favorite part of team training was Nestor alerting me to the door knock of my mom when she accidentally locked herself outside of our room. I'm most excited to simply have a dog at my side 24/7 again and to gain back that independence that was lost with my last hearing dog's retirement. I would like to take the time to thank all of the employees, volunteers, volunteer puppy raisers that has made it possible for me to stand in front of you today to receive Nestor. The incredible time, effort, diligence, and love that has been poured into each and every single one of these dogs, and for us to be at team training is incredible. And Mary, a special thank you to you. You've been amazing. Okay, here I go again. I thought I was good. You've been an amazing person to be around the past 2 weeks and to know the past 6 years. Your energy is contagious, and your love for not only the dogs, but the people you help serve exudes in everything that you do. I am beyond grateful and blessed to receive another incredibly trained dog, not only from Canine Companions, but also you. And at this time, I'm honored to introduce the team training video tribute created in honor of our class. Thank you.
are just about halfway through 2024. How crazy is that? And nationally, Canine Companions has brought independence to 19 deaf or hard of hearing applicants from our waiting list. But with today's graduates, that number increases to 23. And I look forward to the continued successes throughout the rest of this year to bring independence to many more people who are waiting their perfect match. You know, it's easy to see the amazing tasks that these dogs assist with, but what people don't always see or understand is how these hearing dogs also help in less tangible ways. Social interactions are often affected by the fact that deafness is not a visible disability. The dog not only helps the graduate aware of sounds, but makes observers aware of the recipient's situation. When someone sees the dog, it helps them understand that they need to take extra time to communicate with that person, or just be patient, as the person isn't being rude, dismissive, or ignoring you. They simply didn't hear you. If there is anything that you all have seen today that inspires you or has you asking more questions about Canine Companions, please feel free to reach out to anyone in our community, and we are happy to talk to you. We are happy to talk about our mission of providing expertly trained service dogs to adults, children, and veterans with disabilities. For those who are attending graduation here in Orlando today, we welcome you to stay with us and enjoy some refreshments and treats provided by local puppy raisers and volunteers. And if there is anyone who would like a tour of our campus, volunteer extraordinaire, Marty Fisher, where are you? Raise your hand. There he is. He is going to take interested parties on a tour of our campus. Please meet him in the back of the room near the crates. Let's say 11:45. Okay, thank you. All right. Now to the students, I'm not going to look at y'all, okay? I can't look at you face to face because we've already all ended up in tears. But thank you for giving your everything these last 2 weeks. Canine Companions and I are so proud of you, and we're excited to see how your journey continues. This isn't goodbye. This is us telling you safe travels and release. Have a great day, everyone.